The Nigerian Presidency has urged opposition parties to move beyond mere criticisms and offer concrete policy alternatives to address the nation's challenges. Emphasizing the need for constructive engagement, the government highlighted its achievements under President Bola Tinubu's administration, including significant fiscal reforms, increased foreign reserves, and initiatives aimed at alleviating economic hardships. And in response, the pan-Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere voiced strong criticism of the administration's policies, arguing that the Tinubu-led administration has exacerbated the country's economic woes. So joining me to discuss this, I have Samuel Yohanna, a former organizing secretary of the APC, and it joins me from Kaduna. Samuel, you're welcome.
Okay, just
Samuel, while I try to establish you properly, let me introduce my other guest, Declan Ihekaire, and of course, he's the National Coordinator Activists for Good Governance. It's right here in our studios. Thank you so much for coming around.
Welcome.
So I'm going to start with you. The president is saying that critics should, instead of criticizing, come up with policies, alternative policies to better Nigerians and all. But then he's saying that people should not criticize its initiatives and policies. One will ask the question, is criticism, like criticizing a government, not part of what makes democracy beautiful in the first place?
Yeah, quite interesting and highly disturbing. The government of today, that is under APC, or Progressive Congress, came into being from PDP as a result of critique. They did a lot of critique against the PDP. And Nigerians believing in what they were doing then, thinking that they were coming with better idea, had to submit their votes to the All Progressive Congress that brought in President Muhammadu Buhari. The same APC within itself criticized their own policies under Buhari. I remember when Tinubu was canvassing for votes, and people were saying all sorts of things, and he won the election. And he said, oh, under Buhari, things has gone bad, that he has come to put them back in order. He also criticized Muhammadu Buhari. And he's a product of critique. So coming today to say that people are criticizing his administration, criticizing his policy, and that they don't have alternatives. He should ask himself, when he came on board on May 29, 2022, and said subsidy is gone, Nigerians shouted. We're still shouting to today. What has he done about it? A reasonable government would have looked into the cry of the people, but they ignored the cry of the people. When this government was borrowing money, almost on a weekly basis, we said, you are taking so much money as a loan, and we're not seeing the effect. Suddenly, about 2-3 weeks ago, based on the critique of the people, they said they have paid the debts they are owing IMF. Not too long, they have gone to borrow again. So when a situation where you have a government that does not listen to criticism, and you have a lot of propaganda here and there, which is not too good for our democracy. Few days ago, Mr. President went to commission a 30-kilometer out of 700 kilometers of a road, and some people were clapping, hailing him, and were saying that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step, as if he's using his personal money to run such a project. And so this administration, for me and for the rest of Nigerians, majority of Nigerians, has done more bad to Nigerians than good.
Okay, let me get Samuel's perspective to this. What is the role of the opposition, if not to criticize and put the government in check? Samuel.
Mr. Leka, you know, all over the world, the major occupation of opposition is to demarcate the ruling party. And I won't be surprised if the opposition party here keeps saying negative things about the ruling party. It's part of their job, and we're not deterred, and we're not distracted. He was saying something about borrowing. There's nothing wrong in borrowing if the money borrowed is going to be used for development projects. It will not be palatable if the money is diverted into an unreasonable project. And let me say something here. We're still not exceeded our borrow threshold. We're still within the threshold. But like I said in a program a few days ago, that as we are borrowing, let's make sure that it is borrowed for a specific purpose. And if you look why this borrowing of last week came up, it has to do with the shortfall in the crude oil price in the world market. If we look back, this year's budget was premeditated on $75 per barrel. But today, it's around $60 per barrel. So there's a shortfall about $15 per barrel. Part of the money that is going to be borrowed will be used to augment the shortfall in the crude oil price. And there are certain things that were listed to be used, for that money that's going to be borrowed to be used, like the pension liabilities. We all know that all over the world, pensioners need to be treated very well because these are our aged parents that have worked and they've retired. So in as much the pension is nothing to write home about, at least the stipends will help them rather than leaving them, empty-handed. And he keeps saying that the president went to commission 30-kilometer road. You see, that project, I think, has been around for over 20-something years that project was proposed. It is only this president that has started this project. And is the project going to add value? Yes, it's going to add value. Because if you check, all over the world, you have coastal roads. And I was told that that's not only a road, that there's going to be a railway track in between. So I don't know why opposition derive pressure in talking so much about that coastal road. Progress, we have made progress compared to where we used to be, but there's much to be done.
Samuel,
I'll be glad if the opposition, if they have something to contribute, let them contribute positively so that we can move this country forward because we are all Nigerians.
Samuel, is the progress for the APC the same, based on what you've seen, as the progress for the people?
Yeah, we're making progress in the interest of the people. But I'll also say we're in a hard times now. I've always said it, I'm a liberal party man. Nigerians are going through excruciating pains. Some of the government policies need to come with a human face. Those policies, are they good? Yes, they're good. But the sequence of government rolling out the policies is high. So there's need for government to moderate the sequence it rolls out these policies so that Nigerians will start feeling the dividends of these policies. But for now, honestly, we've made progress from where we used to be. But there are more work to be done ahead.
Okay. Declan, now the Tinubu administration has an idea of what governance is. The masses have an idea of what they want, their yearnings. But then, by the time you bring these two variables together, does it look as though the President Tinubu administration has actually failed Nigerians?
Yeah, thank you. It's quite, I'm not surprised the way Yohanna is speaking. He's a party man, but I'm not a party man. I'm a Nigerian to the core. I don't belong to any political party, so I speak my mind. And so I'm surprised when he was trying to defend the issue of borrowing, at leisure. Has he forgotten that President Tinubu has removed fuel subsidy? Where are the money that are supposed to be accruing as a result of that removal of fuel subsidy? Where is the money? he should account for those money. Because it's easier for a party man like him to be defending the government, borrowing all the time to buy SUVs for National Assembly members, borrowing all the time to refurbish Vice President's house, borrowing all the time to start putting solar system, solar energy in Aso Rock, and he's defending such. And I want to say, any government policy that keeps its citizens in a hunger situation is a bad policy. But it's a good policy to those who are in that system, like Yohanna is. You came in with your policies, but of what benefit are those policies to Nigerians as of today? You came in with the policy of the coastal road. He said coastal road idea has been there for 20-something years. I agree. But must you work on the coastal road at the expense of the deplorable road conditions, federal road conditions in this country? I traveled a few weeks ago to Kogi State. Applied all the way from Lagos, Ilesha, Owo, down to Kaba. Those roads are no-go area. The road is so much in a bad situation. All because they fly. Someone like Yohanna, and I'm sure he flies. He doesn't understand the pain the people are facing. That he feels the priority should be on coastal road. As far as I'm concerned, the coastal road is not the major issue now. Okay. Enugu Port Harcourt road is a major issue. I don't know if you ask him now, he will tell you, oh, they are working on them. But the bitter truth is this. Any government policy, any reform coming from any government, that the people keep on complaining, feeling the pain, and you keep on telling them, calm down, all is going to be well. And they are not calming down. Mr. President should remain in this country and attend one of the hospitals here. Must he fly out? Must the ministers fly out for medical trip? They should remain here and also feel what you're feeling. That is when I will believe that, yes, truly, we need to be patriotic.
Okay, so I'm going to take Samuel's response to this, but we need to quickly go on a break. When we return, we'll continue with this conversation. A cross-section of Nigerians have actually criticized the administration of Bola Tinubu, saying that its policies are miscued. But then the presidency has equally said that its policies are working. And I've been talking to Samuel Yohanna, who is the former organizing secretary of the APC, and of course Declan Ihekaire, who is the national coordinator, activists for good governance. And now I'll quickly come to Samuel. You heard what Declan has said. And Afenifere has come out to say that this administration is a government of propaganda and false successes. How would you react to it?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Lekan. I heard what Declan said, that we don't go by roads, that we fly. And Declan, I have phobia for flight, so I don't even travel by air. So that, keep it aside. And if you say that borrowing money to buy SUVs, I have never supported borrowing money to buy the presidential aircraft. You didn't mention that, so I'll let you know. I've never supported the president borrowing money to buy SUV, neither the 20-something billion naira that was spent on refurbishing the vice president official residence. I've never been in support of it. I don't support such frivolous project. I am not, like I said earlier, I'm a liberal party man. Where my party have done well, I will praise my party and I will need the encouragement. But where we have not done well, I will come out and say it the way it is. So I expect when we're throwing criticism, we should be objective when criticizing. For the money that is being realized from the removal of oil subsidy, we are all aware that subnationals are getting 3 times what they used to get. I will request Nigerians to ask their governors, what have they been doing with the resources they've been getting from official accounts that have tripled now since when subsidy was removed to now. I am aware that very few states are utilizing judiciously the money that they realize from oil subsidy. No, if we notice, anytime the Federation Allocation Account takes place. If you go to the para market, you will find out that dollars have been mocked up there. Couple of governors, that's what they do. Part of the local allocation from the treasury account, they use it to source for foreign exchange. What they do, use those dollars to do, God knows what they use those dollars. What I expect, the president should enforce more on those governors to see that they deliver the dividend of democracy to their states. And them coming to converge in Abuja from time to time, that will not help us. We are aware that virtually most of the local governments don't exist. If you go to most of the local government secretariat now, they're like ghost town. The local government chairman neither comes to secretariat nor sit in the office. You only see some of them in the office when allocation from the federation account has come. And you see activities within the local government within a week or two. After that time, you don't see them again. So, Declan, I am not in support of the policies of this government. Like I said, I'm a Liberal Party man. I criticize some of those policies in our stakeholders meeting. But like I always say, it's work in progress.
Okay.
We're making progress and we're sure this is a midterm report we've just delivered. We're hoping that before we round up the second year, 2 years left for us, Nigerians would have seen a lot of improvement in what we promised them during campaign.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. Let's peg it there. Quickly, 1 minute, Declan. Now, the president has said that Nigerians should be patient with his policies, that it will materialize and benefits will come. Now, do you think that Nigerians' lives will be better? Do you think the future will be better under the APC in the next 10 years?
I think I'll quickly answer that by also commending Yohanna.
Just 1 minute,
yeah,
please.
He speaks like somebody who was a former. No, he's a former, not a current organizing secretary. I give it to him. He speaks like a former, you know. If he's a current organizing secretary, I know he wouldn't speak that way. Now, I want to say quickly to that. This government is a government of propaganda. And I say it clearly. It's got nothing to offer to Nigerians. And that's the bitter truth. Nothing. It's a government of propaganda. I'm very happy that Afenifere are the ones saying this. Not Yohanna in the Igbo. Okay. Not the Mozob. Not the Arewa.
All right. Thank you so much, Declan Ihekaire, National Coordinator Activities of Good Governance, for sharing your thoughts with us. And of course, Samuel Yohanna, former Organizing Secretary of the APC. Thank you so much for also talking to us at this time.